Hi everyone. Today we have a very special guest, Daniele Brunetto, who is also has become my good friend, and we can talk for hours.
Yes.
He'll be sharing his journey with you all. He was doing the program, magnetically program with me, and he'll be sharing his wins, his successes, his challenges with you all, so that you can see the whole journey, the
Mm.
spectrum of it, and the roller coaster it is also. Thank you so much, Danny, for agreeing to speak to me and for sharing the journey with others.
Thank you for the invitation, of course.
So tell us what you do and a bit of your story.
So, right now, I'm a career coach focusing on change. I help people changing jobs or adapting to transformations and transitions that they experience in their lives. Of course, I haven't done this for all my life. Before, I was working as an events organizer. And then I realized at some point that my values were not focused, they were not met with my job. So I started doing a journey that brought me to realize that coaching was my dream job. And then I studied to become a coach, and then so on and so forth. Then at some point I met you, and then I realized, okay, I need to jump on this new journey that will be basically shifting from a 9 to 5, which is what I was doing before that, and become a solopreneur. And here
Amazing.
I
And
am.
we met in the most magical ways because you were attracted to my post and
Yes.
you reached out and we immediately clicked. It was
Yeah.
a chemistry between two of us,
Yes.
not male, female, but the like we knew we need to work together, like
Mm.
and that we were fully aligned. It was amazing.
Mhm.
I loved it. And so tell us a bit about the specific results that you got from working with me, like the deep shifts that you went through. Our journey was quite a lengthy one because in the middle of it you had some challenges you were going through,
Yeah.
but overall, just share a bit of this journey with us.
Yeah, we started actually working together while I was still studying to become a coach. And that
Yeah,
was one of the things, for example, that I was not very sure about. I was like, maybe I should finish the diploma first and then start this journey. But then when I met you, as you said, and you made it chemistry, and also realized why not doing the same two things at the same time, so that when I get my diploma, I will be ready to step into my new identity and manage to attract new clients. And this is actually what happened. So as soon as I got my diploma, thanks to the work with you in terms of the identity shift, but also all the tips and tricks and all this study that I've done with you, then I managed to immediately attract 4 new clients in less than 3 months. And that actually started the big journey for me to then attract even more clients and get the recognition of, oh, now I am a coach. Now I can help other people to do these transitions. And then meanwhile as well, I managed to attract more followers, for example, on social media. My social media is LinkedIn, and that's where people look for a new job, for example. So of course I'm active a lot on that.
yeah.
And my followers exploded thanks to
Wow.
the work that we've done together. So now I'm at more than 1,000, and all of these people are just interested in the transition from a job they don't like to their dream job. And
Amazing. So
so
they're your ideal clients, right?
exactly, exactly. But as you said, at some point I had to deal with some personal issues, so we had to pause a little bit our journey. But that
Which is life.
actually, which
Yeah.
is life, exactly.
You're
And
not
then
operating in the vacuum. When you build a coaching business, shit
absolutely.
happens, things come up on the surface, you need to deal with them. And like, there is no way to live separate from it. You are
Right.
building your coaching business alongside. And many people think that they can't because they are going through some challenges. But you
Mhm.
are actually a proof that you can still build your coaching business while going through life
Exactly.
challenges, right?
And actually, even because I was building the business and I'm still building the business, and because of the work that we had done together and we kept doing together, that helped me as well to face and solve, in a way, my personal issues that came up during the journey. So, in a way, the two things kind of one thing paused the journey that we were doing together, but at the same time, thanks to the things we've done, I could manage that. And that helped me also in many other businesses because I like to borrow a sentence from one of my other mentors as well. One win anywhere is a win everywhere. So
Exactly.
once we get something that, you're building a business, you get the client, you get the followers, and you realize that you're stepping into a new identity in at work, that helps as well in your personal life, and vice versa, for example. So this
Totally.
was actually very, very useful.
Amazing. And it's so good that you are mentioning identity shift because it doesn't only happen, it didn't only happen between employment and entrepreneurship for you. You had to step up in your leadership, in your
Hmm.
identity, also in your personal life because it
Oh
happens
yeah,
everywhere, right? So you can
exactly.
use identity shift in every area of your life, not only in your business.
Absolutely.
It's that next version of us that we need to step into to create a different life,
And
right?
that's what other people realize as well. I was stuck in an old identity. I always shared this story that I thought I was a shy person. And
Mm,
then other people actually told me, I don't think you're a shy person. From what I've seen in the interactions with us, and it was in a course in public, but my mind was still stuck there. And so doing this program with you, I realized that my body was already outgrowing my old identity, while my
awesome.
mind was still stuck in the past. So the moment I realized that, then my mind quickly caught up with the body, and now it's fully okay. I'm not a shy person, so I can
No,
just
not
go
at
and
all. And you've attracted some amazing collaborations as well, and a few
yes,
podcasts, right?
exactly.
Tell us a bit about your podcasts.
That was exactly right after I realized that my mind could, catch up with my mind with my body. And then I managed to attract, and it seems out of the blue. I would like people to understand that sometimes when we think that things arrive out of the blue, it's actually a magnetic attraction from our side. So when we become what we want, then we also attract what we want because we already become that. So that's
Exactly.
what happened in terms of podcast interviews, for example. Out of the blue, again, let's say, then several people asked me, "Oh, I thought about you because you focus on change and transitions, and I want to talk about this in my podcast. Do you want to be a guest?" And I was like, Of course I want." And
Amazing.
this, of course, back last year, for example, I wouldn't have done. I would have been able to do that and be like, "Oh, but who am I to talk about these things?" And
Exactly.
I'm going to be shy in front of a camera. And here I am, and I have no problems. I mean,
Yeah.
this actually was a really big shift in that sense. So one after the other. And tonight I will talk as well in a small event here in Brussels. I'm based in Brussels, in Belgium. And
Wow.
these things happen because of the attraction and the shift that we do in ourselves. And then God, the universe, or life, whatever you want to call it, sends you something, and then you're more open to just pick up on the opportunity and seize
Exactly.
it.
Yeah, so as you know, this is a core of my work, the magnetism, but it's basically the identity, the energy we attract
Yeah.
from. So when we are stepping up in our life to a new level of identity,
Mm.
we are on a different frequency, and
Yes,
therefore we attract different experiences, which is amazing.
exactly.
And so it's not about hard work. It's not about pushing on or forcing. It's more about inner work that you need to do to fine tune into that new radio station, right?
Exactly. And this is something that then you
Amazing.
realize only at the end of your journey. Like you look
Yeah,
back and then you realize, oh, I've come this far. And this is
exactly.
what has happened in the past months. While you're in it, you might still have some doubts, and this is what always happens. You have some ups
Yeah,
and downs in solopreneurship and in entrepreneurship in general, and you think that you're not progressing because you're focusing on today, yesterday, and tomorrow. But then when you open up a little bit and you see what you've done in the past 6 months or more, then you see that you've done a long thing. You might still have a lot of things to do, but you've done already a lot of things in the past. And as I said at the beginning, this shift also has an impact on my personal life. Like now I see that I walk more confidently, and also even attracting, more people. Like some people look at me when I'm walking on the street and I was like, okay, that never happened
yeah,
to me. So it's a
yes,
different shift in that sense. So
yeah,
there are results in terms of the business itself.
yeah,
You get new clients, you get new followers, you establish your business, you get money in a way. And then at the same time, there's also another intangible result, which is how you show up in the world, which then reinforces the business and vice versa.
Exactly.
But the two things go together.
Amazing. So proud of you. So tell
Thank
us,
you.
did you have any concerns before joining the program? Was there anything that almost stopped you from joining?
As I said probably at the beginning, that was the idea. Oh, maybe I should finish the diploma before launching the business. I wasn't sure that that was the right time. And that's when we met. Then I realized actually it is the right time because this is the kind of work that I can do sort of in the backstage to get them
Exactly.
ready. And when I have my diploma, I have my first clients, I would have done already the necessary work in me to be able to step outside and be like, I'm a coach and I'm ready to help people.
And you knew exactly what to do then, because one of the misconceptions of new coaches is that I need to get the certificates to start working on the business. But
Mm-mm.
the first couple of months of working on your business is actually the internal work that you need to do,
Exactly.
some market research to figure
Mm-mm.
out your niche. So you
Mm-mm.
don't actually have to go out there and be visible and sell anything.
Mm-hmm.
But once you do the groundwork, you are actually ready and finish the qualifications, you are ready to go and you know what to
Exactly.
post about. You don't have to go through that process.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that
So,
was
yeah,
one of my concerns in the beginning, but then luckily when we met, then I realized, actually I can start before.
yeah,
And that was
yeah.
a
And
little
was
bit
a
the idea.
great decision. So, if someone is still thinking of joining but is on the fence, what would you tell them about working with me and joining the program?
I think that the most important thing to remember is that the, let's call it return on investment, as I mentioned earlier, is not going to be only on getting new clients and setting up your business, which is already great. At the same
Yeah,
time, it will be an identity shift of stepping up into your best self. That's what you will gain at the end. This is
yeah,
living the life that you always dreamed of, or at least starting the first steps towards that. And then you're on a good path already. There will be ups and downs, as we mentioned, but the two things that go hand in hand. You will get your business started, and at the same time, you will also become the person that lives that new business, that lives
perfect.
that new life.
Perfect. I'm just looking at the time. We agreed to have less than 15 minutes, Vivian, but we always talk. So tell me, is there anything else you'd like to share about working with me personally?
That you are the coach that holds the space. It's relaxing to have a chat with you. And as we said, as we mentioned, we can talk for hours. You're very supportive, but when needed, you're also very challenging. And that's what we need as well, because we sometimes are stuck in our old limiting beliefs and we need someone from the outside to just like shake us up a little bit and just face those limiting beliefs and substitute them with more empowering beliefs. And thanks to the work with you, we can do that because alone it's way more difficult. And you hold the space in a way that is supportive and welcoming, but at the same time, challenging in a good way. So great work.
Thank you. So, where people can find you on social media if they want to follow you, if they want some career advice and they are preparing for change, where they can find you?
So the first gateway to find me is LinkedIn. So you can look for Daniele Brunetto, and there you find my world in a way. That's the first step, and then you find my website as well and everything that I talk about. And mainly is for now LinkedIn, also because of the focus that or the work that I focus on. But then from there you can step into a whole world that I like to call the navigation world, from your old unfulfilling job towards the job that fits you.
Amazing. So, thank you so much, Daniel. I'll share
Thank
the
you.
link to your LinkedIn as well on my social media. Thank you so much for finding the time to talk to me and sharing your journey. And I'm so proud of you, wishing you
Thank,
all the success.
thank you so much.
Thanks, Emil.